A lot of the horror genre's success has been built on the endurance of its franchises. Its most recognizable characters continue to hold a strong place in the pop culture climate, even as some are reaching beyond their 40th anniversaries. As some of horror's biggest names continue to survive, Rotten Tomatoes paints a fascinating story of where these franchises rank among each other. The Candyman franchise is a supernatural slasher that centers around the urban legend of the murderous ghost, the Candyman. Coming for those who look into the mirror and say his name 5 times, the Candyman greets his victims with a hook for a hand. Created by Clive Barker, the Candyman's origins are steeped in Black history, and the films carry themes of race and social class. The Predator movie franchise, famous for its alien hunters, has been a long-running and exciting part of science fiction and horror. It all began in 1987 with the release of the first film, Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The franchise has since expanded to include sequels, crossovers, and even reboots, each with its unique take on the relentless and technologically advanced predator species. The franchise's popularity can be credited to its capacity to change and adapt, incorporating aspects of science fiction, horror, and action with an examination of the mythology and background of the predators themselves. An inventive take on night terrors, the A Nightmare on Elm Street franchise introduced the world to Freddy Krueger. Wielding a bladed glove, Freddy's popularity is entrenched in his exuberant personality and inventive kills. A villain that can only attack while you are asleep is an intriguing premise. Unfortunately, many of the A Nightmare on Elm Street movies fail to capitalize on their potential. Written as a commentary on the dark side of consumerism, Child's Play has far outgrown that original foundation. Centered around a popular toy that is embedded with the soul of a serial killer, the well-recognized terrifying horror doll Chucky distorts a commonality of childhood innocence. He has found a wife, had a child, and taken on quite a sense of humor along his journey to regain a human body. Leaning into the absurdity of its premise, future films transitioned from a thriller tone to that of a horror comedy. Based on the extensive case files of real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, The Conjuring universe is the newest to horror stardom. Rather than focus on a singular villain or entity, this series has branched off to tell many tales of deadly hauntings. The first 2 Conjuring movies have fared well with critics. However, the other films have failed to establish strong narratives or skillful tension building. Cheap jump scares and paper-thin plots have nothing to show but poor reviews.
Thank you for watching my killer video this far. I hope you have been enjoying what you have been watching so far. For more of my videos, remember to click that subscribe button to be notified of my videos. Let's get on with the other half of this video.
The Alien franchise, launched by Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece of the same name, is an iconic and enduring presence in the science fiction and horror genres. Many modern movies owe their existence to Alien. The series introduces audiences to the terrifying xenomorphs, extraterrestrial creatures with acid for blood. The movies examine themes of survival, corporate greed, and the dread of the unknown, all under the leadership of the unstoppable Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver. The Saw series has engrossed audiences with its inventive traps meant to push the boundaries of one's will to survive. Seeking to rehabilitate those who do not appreciate their lives, the films mainly follow the Jigsaw killer and the torturous games he puts his victims through. These gorefests have found no love from critics. The movies are quite derivative of each other and ultimately lean on the shock of their traps to maintain interest. In a time when story and character development are elevated, Saw's one-trick pony does not hold up. When slasher films became a dime a dozen, Wes Craven gave the world Scream. A new breed of slasher, this franchise combines the mystery of a whodunit with a meta-commentary on the tropes that built the subgenre. The mystery of a new Ghostface killer with new motivations maintains an interesting story. The meta-commentary never seems to run out, even though the films abide by the structure they mock. Friday the 13th's Jason Voorhees has hunted down his victims with a hockey mask and machete. Originally debuting in 1980 as a direct competition for Halloween, the character's signature look has become a staple of horror imagery. The boy who drowned in Crystal Lake has taken revenge in Manhattan, been turned into a cyborg, and gone one-on-one with another horror mainstay. However, these changes in scenery did not do much for the quality of these movies. All it took was a kitchen knife and a William Shatner mask to transform Michael Myers from the shape into the face of slasher films. This legacy is firmly intertwined with that of the final girl Laurie Strode. As iconic as John Carpenter's original vision was, this series gets lost in the multiple continuities and retellings of its sequels. Different iterations of Michael Myers and his lore have left the story incoherent and inconsequential. Future entries might find critics' cheers from adopting the less is more approach of the original film.